Now, recording the last video, we'll learn how to convert from one base to another. Well, in this video, we're going to look at operations with number bases. We're looking at addition and subtraction involving number bases. But when you see a question like this under exam condition, you may be confused as regards how to go about solving it, where you have no cause to worry. Just pay attention to this video. At the end of the video, you'll be able to solve questions involving addition and subtraction of number bases. Once again, welcome to this YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Also, use the comment section to tell me how you feel about the video. If there's any question or any topic you want me to teach, please put it there, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Let's get back to the question. Let's start with question number 1. This is addition. They are all additions, but in different number bases. The first question is in base 2. So what is 1 plus 1? Now recall in number bases, 1 plus 1 is 10. Just have to remember that. 1 plus 1 is 10. That's for binary numbers or number in base 2. So 1 plus 1 here is 10. 1 plus 1 equal to 10. But I'm not going to write a 10, I'll write a 0 and carry the 1. So it's like writing down the units and or the ones and taking the tens to the other side. Now 0 plus 1 is 1 plus the 1 here is also 10. 0 and put a 1 here. So 0 plus 0 is 0 plus that 1, it's 1. And then 1 plus 1 is 10. I'm done. That's the solution to my question in base 2. That was not difficult, right? Yeah, for binary numbers or numbers in base 2, it's easy. But what you may find a little challenges is when you are solving with higher bases. Now let's look at question number 2. 6,215 in base 7 plus 513 in base 7. In this case, what will you do? Well, I'm going to use a method I do use to find answer to this question. The point is just understand whatever method you want to use and stick to it. You get the same value. Now, what do I usually do? I take them one at a time. So I'm going to start with 5 plus 3. And that gives me 8. But now remember, it's in base 7. So whatever we're getting here should be less than 7, not equal to 7. But now we're getting 8. So what do? I'm going to divide by the base. 8 divides 7. If 8 should divide 7, it's going to be 1. Remainder 1. Hope that's easier enough. 1, remainder 1. So in this case, we always write down the remainder. So it's like the remainder, that's what we write here. Take the remainder as the ones or the units, and these as the tens. So you carry 1 there. So it becomes 1 plus 1 is 2 plus that 1, 3. It's less than 7. The next one is 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. And it's in base 7. Your result cannot be equal to the base or greater than the base. So again, we divide by 7. If you do, it will be 1 remainder 0. So you write down the remainder, which is 0, and carry the 1 here. So there you have 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Divide by 7. 1 remainder 0. So since there's no other digits here, it's going to be 0, 1 in base 7. So that's the result. Easy peasy, right? Not difficult. Let's try for number 3. They are in base 5. So it's going to be 2 plus 4. That's 6. 6 divide 5 will be 1, remainder 1. So you write down the 1 and carry 1. So this is 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So you divide by 5, which is 1, remainder 1. So you write down the 1, carry 1. And so that's 2 plus 1, 3, and base 5. So that's your result, 3, 1, 1. Now let's go to the next one, which is number 4. They are in base 8. This is base 8. This is also base 8. So 0 plus 5, it's 5. 1 plus 4, it's 5. This is easy. In base 8. That's all. I hope you remember this. Now let's go over to subtraction. Subtraction involving number bases. Now the first one we'll have there, we'll name it number 5. It's in base 2. So here we'll say 0 minus 1. Of course, we know 0 cannot minus 1, so what do? I'm going to borrow 1 from here. The next digits. And if I borrow 1 from the next digit, here will be left with 0. That 1 I borrow automatically becomes the base. I'm looking for an easier way for you to find solutions to number bases. There are different methods, but this method is easier for you to remember. Whenever you borrow, that's when you borrow, let it be the base. In this case, I borrowed, and that becomes the base, which is 2. So here becomes 2. And 2 plus 0 is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So you must add the number here to this before you subtract. So because it is 0, so 2 minus 1, it's 1. 0 minus 0, it's 0. 1 minus 1, it's 0. And then that's 1. Let's go to number 6. This will help us to understand what we're doing. Now 2 minus 4, it can't because 2 is less than 4. So I go to the next digit to borrow 1. That's when I borrow becomes the base, which is 5. Now I must add 5 to this 2 first. 5 plus 2 is 7. Then before I use it to subtract the 4, 7 minus 4, 3. I hope it makes sense. Then 3 minus 1 is 2, and this is 2. See, they are all less than the base, which is 5, an indication that we're correct. And number 5, remember to put the base, that's base 2. Okay, so let's go to number 7. 4 minus 6, it can't. So I'm going to go to the next digit to borrow to be left with 2. That's when I borrow becomes the base, 8. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Therefore, you use it to subtract 6, and that gives you 6. Now here is 2 that is left. 2 minus 5, it can't. So you borrow 1 from the next digit. That's when you borrow becomes the base, 8. So again, you put the 8 here. 8 plus 2 is 10. Before you use it to subtract 5 to give you 5. I hope it's making sense now. Then 4 minus 2 is 2. And 7 minus 3, it's 4. All in base 8. Let's go to number 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. 1 minus 1, it's 0. 2 minus 5, it can't. So I had to borrow 1 from here. That one I borrow becomes the base, 7. Plus 2, 9. Before you use to subtract 5, that gives you 4. And 5, all in base 7. The work is not difficult, right? So it's just remembering the principle of subtraction. Apply it, and then you will get your answer. Now let me add an extra question to the addition and subtraction which we're doing. Well, this is under conversion from one base to another, but I didn't do this when I was doing the last video on how to convert from one base to another. So I'm going to add it to this operations with number bases as an extra example to the addition or subtraction involving different number bases. So in this case, I have convert 365 in base 7 to base 5. Now this can be challenging. I cannot directly convert from base 7 to base 5. The only way I can do this is to first convert to base 10. So in a question where you're confused about conversion of number bases, to make it easier for you, always convert it to base 10. And from there, you can convert to any other base. So that's what I'm going to do here. So this is 365 in base 7. I'm going to convert to base 10. Of course, you know what to do. Start numbering 0, 1, 2. So this is 3, multiply the base, which is 7 raised to power 2, plus 6 multiply the base, which is 7 raised to power 1, plus 5 multiply 7 raised to power 0. This will give you 3. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 6, 7 raised to power 1 is 7, 5, 7 raised to power 0 is 1. Now 3 times 49, it's 147. 6 times 7 is 42. 5 times 1, it's 5. And if you add all of this together, you get 194 in base 10. Now, having converted to base 10, I can convert from base 10 now to base 5. Now, that's easy in converting from base 10 to base 5. It means divide by 5. This will be 3, remainder 4, and that's 8, remainder 4. If 5 should divide again, 7, remainder 3. If 5 should divide, 1, remainder 2. If 5 should divide, 0, remainder 1. So, therefore, 365 in base 7 is equal to, so remember you write a digit from down to up, 1, 2, 3, 4, or in base 5. So that's the solution to the question. I hope that wasn't difficult. Now, if you have any question, use the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this topic, how you feel about my videos, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Share the video, like it, give me your feedback. Until then, see you in the next video.